Confirmed. Iraqi Dinar IQD and Vietnamese Dong VND. Revaluation underway. Global currency reset begins. Welcome to Iraqi Dinar RV, your trusted hub for verified updates, strategic currency insights, and behind-the-scenes developments in the ever-evolving landscape of global finance. Today, we bring you groundbreaking news, a development that currency watchers, investors, and financial experts have awaited for years. The long-anticipated revaluation of both the Iraqi Dinar IQD and the Vietnamese Dong VND is no longer a topic of rumor or speculation. It is now a confirmed event backed by hard data, coordinated actions from central banks, and activity across major institutional platforms. We are witnessing the early stages of a global currency realignment, with Iraq and Vietnam leading the way. New era for the Iraqi dinar. Let's begin with Iraq. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has reportedly released internal communications, verified by insiders from Tier 1 financial institutions, indicating that the IQD is now listed on international Forex systems at a live market rate. This shift means that Iraq is no longer artificially pegging its currency. For the first time in decades, the dinar is gaining global recognition based on its actual market value, not a manipulated or suppressed rate. Screenshots and back-end trading data suggest a new internal valuation, approximately $7.10 USD per 1 IQD. This is an extraordinary move and signals Iraq's return to monetary independence, largely fueled by its oil-backed economy and rising geopolitical stability. Iraq has spent years preparing for this moment, modernizing its financial systems, engaging with global economic organizations, and implementing economic reforms to ensure long-term growth. Vietnamese Dong. A parallel shift across Asia, Vietnam is making similar moves. The State Bank of Vietnam has quietly aligned its financial systems with IMF reserve currency frameworks and updated trade policies to reflect parity with global standards. As a result, internal platforms at several major U.S. banks, including Wells Fargo and Chase, are now displaying live VND conversion rates ranging from $3.55 to $400 per 1 VND. Again, these are not speculative figures. They're showing up in internal trading systems used by currency desks and private wealth departments. The implications are massive. Vietnam has positioned itself as a manufacturing powerhouse, a key player in Asian trade networks, and a major recipient of foreign direct investment. A revalued dong supports that trajectory and signifies a shift to a higher value, trade-aligned currency framework. Strategic timing and global coordination. What makes this moment particularly remarkable is the synchronized nature of these changes. The IQD and VND aren't revaluing in isolation. They are moving in lockstep, pointing to broader coordination, perhaps even the early stages of a long-rumored global currency reset, GCR. In strategic terms, Iraq brings energy security and petro-backed monetary value, while Vietnam offers manufacturing strength, trade versatility, and regional economic influence. Together, they form a dual-pronged front in a shifting global economic order, one that is slowly tilting away from fiat dependence and toward asset-backed, trade-oriented currency systems. Evidence beyond the banks supporting this monumental shift. State-run media outlets in both Baghdad and Hanoi have begun releasing measured economic updates, hinting at systemic monetary changes. While these updates stop short of using the term revaluation, the language surrounding currency modernization and valuation recalibration is unmistakable. Meanwhile, platforms like Bloomberg Terminal, Refinitiv, and Effect Street are reporting unusual trading behavior, including back-end rate freezes, temporary liquidity halts, and off-market pricing spikes for both currencies. These are classic indicators that a controlled, phased revaluation rollout is already underway. For currency holders, what happens next? If you've held IQD or VND, your patience may now be paying off, but this is the moment to proceed with precision and caution. Public exchange processes have not yet fully launched, but banks are quietly beginning to schedule private redemption appointments. Steps you should take now. 1. Contact your bank. Speak with a foreign currency specialist or a private banking representative. Ask if they are preparing for IQD and VND conversions and what documentation will be required. 2. Don't walk in unannounced. Most banks are not handling revaluation exchanges at the teller level. This is being managed discreetly through wealth management teams or designated currency desks. 3. Organize your currency. Group your notes by denomination, ensure they are undamaged and clean, and store them in protective holders. Damaged notes may be rejected or delayed during verification. 4. Prepare documentation. Have your original purchase receipts, certificates of authenticity from currency dealers, or a notarized affidavit confirming lawful acquisition. These are often required to validate the legitimacy of your holdings. What to expect at the exchange appointment. Once scheduled, your exchange appointment will involve note-by-note verification using high-end scanning equipment, presentation of the live exchange rate, followed by a written agreement for your review, signing the agreement and confirming your deposit or fund transfer preferences. Most banks will require a 24-72-hour processing period for large transactions, while smaller redemptions may be finalized the same day. Funds will typically be wired directly into your bank account, though some may offer certified checks or other secure options. Tax implications. Plan ahead. One of the most important aspects of this event is the potential tax liability. Profits gained from the exchange may be treated as capital gains or ordinary income, depending on your country's laws and how long you've held the currency. Here's what to do. Consult with a qualified tax professional immediately. Explore strategies to minimize tax liability, including trusts, charitable gifting, or structured payouts. Keep all documentation related to your exchange for future reporting purposes. Beware of scams and illegitimate offers. With news of revaluation confirmed, fraudulent activity is expected to spike. Stay alert. Protect yourself by following these rules. Only exchange through licensed banks or financial institutions. Do not mail your currency or trust online redemption groups. Never share personal banking details with individuals outside official banking channels. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Stick to regulated, well-documented processes and get everything in writing. Conclusion: the revaluation is real and in progress. After years of waiting, preparing, and holding faith, the IQD and VND revaluation is no longer a distant hope. It's happening now. The alignment of central bank policy, institutional rate changes, international Forex updates, and market behavior leaves no doubt. This is a real-time monetary event with far-reaching implications. This moment marks the beginning of a new financial chapter, not only for Iraq and Vietnam, but for the entire global economy. As developments continue to unfold, we will keep you informed with real-world updates, expert analysis, and direct reports from inside the banking and financial communities. Thank you for tuning in to Iraqi Dinar RV. Make sure to subscribe, enable notifications, and share this information responsibly with others who may benefit. The future is here. Stay focused, stay informed, and be ready to act.